Tiger Blade is a hack and slash VR game. I'll be going over what it offers and hopefully help you decide if this is one for you. First off, there is a story. You play the role of a deadly assassin who works for the Harangue chapter within the Tiger clan. You are ordered to steal a package from the clan's rivals, but you soon realise that the package isn't an object but an actual tiger cub, which in this alternate world they are meant to be extinct and now classed as a mythical creature and every clan wants one. The story is a bit random, but it adds a layer. However, I didn't find myself getting overly gripped, which is quite surprising seeing as it is a short story. Time for the gameplay. This is a hack and slash game with shooting elements, but it plays a little different than your generic hack and slasher. To get started, there is no free movement other than rotation. You only move when you kill an enemy with a slash or use your grappling hook when required. This adds quite a unique feel to the game, as levels can be completed quick or slow depending on your speed at dispatching the enemies. During some shooting areas you can find panels on the wall that can be used as a shield, which can take a few hits before breaking. You can also use your sword to block and deflect bullets, which feels pretty cool. There are various boss battles as well, so you will get to face some special enemies here and there. There are also collectibles in the environment to find, which is great as this adds quite a bit of replayability, especially if you miss them. If you are a completionist, you'll be happy to know that there is a set time to be beaten, but if you're not chasing the challenge, you can go at your own pace. I found when everything chains together really well, the game feels amazing, but there were moments that were a bit slower and took away that feeling. Overall, the gameplay is pretty fun when it works as intended. There is also a brilliant soundtrack in this game, which adds to the levels and the general momentum. Let's go over graphics and performance. The graphics aren't bad, the various environments and enemies look good, as do the bosses. Performance wise, the game runs well and I had no issues with frame drops or crashes. Time for the issues I had. First off, I found I wasn't central, so even when recentering, this wouldn't place my character in a central point. Therefore, this meant I couldn't hit objects from where I usually stand and play VR. With this game, I had to take 2 steps forward so I was more central in my room. This is a big issue, especially if you're someone who has a smaller play space. I also had moments when I would be inside walls and also parts where the game wouldn't progress and I had to restart the level. Settings wise, you only have snap turning, and I see why they didn't add other options, as the majority of the time I did find myself rotating manually. However, I would have liked the option of smooth turning. Unfortunately, the game can't really be played seated as there is no adjustment for height, and when recentering it still places you lower down, so you'll be waist height with the enemies. I also found that slashing didn't always work well when seated. Overall, Tiger Blade is a great concept, which is a lot of fun, and there is enough that kept me coming back for more. I did find that when I was playing as quick as I could and taking all the enemies out as soon as they spawned, it felt like an awesome experience and that I was this deadly assassin that the story told me I was. However, there were those times when I found progressing through a level to be a little slower due to looking around for collectibles or simply not seeing where the grapple points were. This instead made me feel a bit out of the action, and these were the less enjoyable experiences the game offered. So, should you get this game? Well, if you like the look of attacking enemies with a sword and a sidearm all while standing on a spot, then it's definitely for you. However, if you're someone who prefers free movement, then it's probably best to avoid this one. This concludes my review of Tiger Blade. If you've enjoyed this video, then make sure to stick around as I intend on covering all PSVR2 games, so you'll see the new releases as well as the old. Thanks for watching.